This is WPTV Treasure Coast News.
Project aimed at protecting the environment and the Treasure Coast economy that depends on it. An up-close look. And a controversial bill, why critics are asking DeSantis to veto SB 2508. Good evening and welcome to Treasure Coast News on WPTV News Channel 5. You see, we are live from the studio tonight as the Treasure Coast has just come out of a severe thunderstorm watch. Let's get right to First Alert's Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel with the forecast. Hey, Steve.
Yes, Megan, it is a busy evening and the rain and the storms starting to taper off across the Treasure Coast and move into Palm Beach County, where we have some storms that could prompt another severe thunderstorm warning. We just had the severe thunderstorm watch for the Treasure Coast canceled as the storms are now starting to shift south and east off the coastline. We have a flood advisory for northern Palm Beach County until 7:15 tonight. We've seen several inches of rain. We could see some street flooding in this area. Be careful if you're out driving. Here are some areas that we're keeping an eye on. Fort Pierce, little cell that's working off around the power plant now off Hutchinson Island. Another quick moving cell that's working through Martin County, very close to Indiantown, that'll push into Stewart and Palm City. Not a lot of rainfall with that one as it moves through, but to the south we have very active weather. Jupiter through Juneau, Palm Beach Gardens, all the way back through the acreage and Loxahatchee. Here are some times of arrival. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes, making its way from the coastline and then off the coast after that. Gusty winds to 40, maybe 50 miles an hour in some of these cells. Very, very heavy rainfall and even the potential for some lightning strikes and also some small hail with this too. It will taper off, and I'm here with Kate Wenzel. She's watching the timeline through the evening.
Yeah, Steve, we still have some rough weather to get through, but the overall trend as we head through your Saturday evening across the Treasure Coast will be for the weakening of storms as storms continue to push offshore. But we are going to see some scattered rain as well as some storms in the vicinity over the next several hours. So that's going to continue. Then we quiet down as we head into the overnight hours. Sunday morning looking good too, but eventually we are going to see some more rain as we head into Sunday afternoon. There you can see the storm coverage diminishes. This is 10:30, still some rain across Okeechobee, and we'll continue to see quieting conditions as we head into about midnight. So your hour by hour forecast, if you're headed out tonight, temps staying in the mid 70s, thunderstorms through about 9:30, 10, and then we should start to quiet things down. Main impacts we're watching for: excessive lightning, damaging winds, and the potential for hail. We've already seen reports of hail close to 1 inch in size. Steve, we go back in just a few minutes with tomorrow's forecast and what you can expect for the work week ahead.
Hey, thanks so much. A water main break in Port St. Lucie that shut down parts of Port St. Lucie Boulevard yesterday has been repaired. Yesterday, city officials say a contractor doing some road work struck one of the water lines that temporarily shut down southwest Port St. Lucie Boulevard between Gatlin Boulevard and Darwin Boulevard. The break also caused 324 residents and 6 commercial properties to lose water. Those residents are still under a boil water notice until Sunday. And tonight we're looking at a project years in the making, one that aims to help end that cycle of huge, often toxic algae blooms that have damaged the Treasure Coast environment and the economy that depends on it. Michael Williams is here with an up-close look at the C44 reservoir, now up and running.
Summer rainy season's just around the corner, and for too many years over the past decade or more, that's meant big discharges from Lake Okeechobee and toxic algae blooms on our Treasure Coast. Now the new C44 reservoir project aims to deal with that. The science complex, the concept straightforward. Take polluted water as it's heading out of Lake Okeechobee into the St. Lucie or C44 canal, pump it north into the reservoir, clean it, then move that cleaner water back east, ultimately heading into the St. Lucie estuary and Indian River Lagoon. Come on along with me as I give you a closer look. Take a close look. This is the future arriving. The C44 reservoir will soon be 15 feet deep, spread over 3,400 acres of western Martin County. Buff Searcy grew up around here and likes what he sees.
Right here in South Florida on the Treasure Coast my whole career.
A construction engineer, Searcy manages the C44 project for the South Florida Water Management District.
we can expect to see during this rainy season over the summer much cleaner water being delivered to the St. Lucie River.
Here's how this $800 million state federal project is designed to work. We start at Lake Okeechobee. In a big rainy season or a hurricane, its waters are discharged east into the C-44, or as it's also known, the St. Lucie Canal. Often that water is loaded with fertilizer runoff from farms and ranches, and that supercharges algae blooms.
The C-44 project is located about halfway between Lake Okeechobee and the locks at Palm City.
Now, water from the C-44 canal will be pumped north into the reservoir as needed. At full tilt, the pumps here can put enough water to fill more than 1,000 Olympic swimming pools into the reservoir each day. A network of distribution canals will send all that water into 6,300 acres of man-made marshes filled with aquatic vegetation. The marshes filter pollutants and then send the cleaner water back into the C-44 canal. That water will then continue to head east through the lock in Palm City and into the St. Lucie Estuary and Indian River Lagoon.
We're showing great reductions in phosphorus and nitrogen, the two primary nutrients that are being removed that cause the problems with the river and with the algae blooms.
Along the St. Lucie River, Mary Radabaugh imagines better days ahead.
We have lived here all our life, and that is our livelihood, being able to go out on the waters with your family, enjoying the weekends and the beautiful time out there.
Radabaugh and her husband, Dutch, run Apex Marina. They have too many memories over the past decade of severe algae blooms threatening their health, their home, their jobs.
Tourism is huge, and if we don't have clean water, property values drop, tourism drops, and our economy drops.
Discharges from Lake Okeechobee are down the last couple of years. A few quieter storm seasons locally helped a lot with that.
Our waters are now coming back to the beautiful blue colors that they were. We don't have all of the seagrasses and all of the other items that we need to come back, but we're starting with the water, and that's huge.
The C-44 reservoir is part of that comeback effort. This is how it looked the day it opened last November. And this is now a project brimming with confidence.
So there's a white pelican, they're pretty rare.
Returning wildlife to these marshes and putting a smile on the face of a granddad.
I grew up on the water here on the Treasure Coast, and I want my grandkids to have the same experience as I had growing up.
Cautious optimism on the long road to restoration for the Everglades and the water at the heart of South Florida.
The prospect of cleaner water also means more water available for thirsty communities and agriculture. And if seagrass can come back in a less polluted Indian River Lagoon, manatees starved for years have a fighting chance. Humans and nature working together for the long-term survival of both.
All right, Megan, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Palm Beach County until 7:45 tonight. This is a very strong storm that is producing winds of 50 and 60 miles an hour. It is moving toward the east at about 30 to 35 miles an hour. And the polygon here, the yellow polygon, that is a severe thunderstorm warned area. That is until 7:45 tonight as that storm races through Palm Beach Gardens, Juno Beach, North Palm, Jupiter, and areas along the coastline in the next 20 to 30 minutes, and then eventually off the coast after that. There's also a flood advisory for northern Palm Beach County until 7:15, so that will be dropped soon. There is the area right there that has the new severe thunderstorm warning. So that's a yellow polygon that extends all the way down through Boynton, Delray. These are very strong storms, and this line is producing some very strong winds, the potential for some large hail and heavy downpours, a couple inches of rain in a very short period of time, and obviously hundreds and hundreds of lightning strikes all the way from Boynton, Lake Worth, West Palm, and into Palm Beach Gardens in the next 30 to 45 minutes. Treasure Coast starting to quiet down, just light rain at this point, but more storms are possible tomorrow. We'll talk about that in your full forecast coming up.
As the state legislature sends bills to the governor's desk waiting to be signed into law, 4 environmental groups have sent a letter to the governor asking him to veto a controversial bill headed his way. That's SB 2508. Supporters of it said it ensures legal users of water from Lake Okeechobee do not have their supplies diminished, and they say it adds more checks and balances. The city of West Palm Beach also supported the bill, saying it secures its backup drinking water supply from Lake O. But the letter lays out the concerns for critics of the bill. They fear it could hurt water quality and lead to more Lake O releases by holding back more water and dumping it through discharges during the rainy season. Among other concerns, they say it gives more power to entities planning to destroy wetlands. Amendments to the bill removed some of the most controversial language, but critics still just want it scrapped.
We do believe that this bill was filed as a preemptive method to protect the status quo. And the status quo in Florida has not been working for the environment. It hasn't been working for our waterways. This is about good government. Let's give these policy changes a proper vetting with adequate opportunity for public input, and that did not occur at all.
The governor expressed opposition to the bill before amendments were made, largely because of how it was filed. In a statement, the governor's office says it appreciates the legislature's willingness to address our concerns with SB 2508. We look forward to reviewing these and other proposed environmental policies in the coming weeks. Boaters have a reason to celebrate. After months of maintenance, the St. Lucie Lock is finally open again. It closed January 4th. Some boaters raced to get to one side or the other before that. Otherwise, they waited 3 months to pass through again, or in some cases, boaters took the alternate route around the southern end of the state, which was a near 165-mile detour. I got a look at the impact of the long-awaited reopening of the lock. Well, boaters either had to get to one side of the lock or the other before it closed. They could wait 3 months to travel, or if they could take an alternate route, but that was an additional 165-mile detour. A busy day for the first time in months at the St. Lucie Lock.
We had boats stacked up on both sides, ready to come through the canal and the lock as soon as it opened this morning at 7.
Boaters, some who had been waiting 3 months to finally continue on their journeys east or west through the St. Lucie Lock. It was closed totally for the first time in 26 years to east-west traffic between the Gulf and Atlantic on January 4th. Some boaters scrambled to make their cross-state trips before the closure.
Some people did, a lot of people did, but we kind of laid back people, so we don't like to rush.
But Chisti Harrison and her husband decided to wait out their annual crossing to the Bahamas and make use of the time to spruce things up.
All my beautiful teak, as you can see. Lots of little projects that don't usually get done because we were waiting.
Not only boaters, but also 30 manatees were waiting to get through who were caught upstream from the lock. The Army Corps, FWC, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service ran into a cold weather crisis.
When the temperatures start to drop, the manatees normally flow eastward and they find warmer waters. They were basically trapped.
So the crews created a last-minute refuge, like a warm water spa, for the manatees at an additional cost of almost $500,000, but it spared the manatees. Now with the reopening, boaters are saving time and a lock system fully maintained and overhauled to make sure it's safe for boaters like Harrison for years to come.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a zoo here going back and forth.
And the lock is a rather busy one. In the first 3 months of last year, to compare it to this year when the lock was closed, more than 1,000 boats passed through. In Martin County, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
Now, exclusive Treasure Coast stories from our partners at TC Palm.
It was mid-August when a Port St. Lucie woman prepared to give birth. Just hours before the delivery, Charma Jonathas was diagnosed with COVID-19. She gave birth to her 4th child, Abigail, on August 19th. What followed was a series of COVID-related medical emergencies and a nearly 2-month-long coma. TC Palm's Lindsay Leake and Leah Voss followed Jonathas through her long road to recovery. The last thing Jonathas remembers was giving birth. Then she had been enjoying what she thought was a nap when nurses interrupted her slumber, coaxing her to move her feet. That was in October. Her newborn was now nearly 2 months old. Jonathas spent 100 days in the hospital. She required supplemental oxygen, then a ventilator. COVID pushed her lungs to fail. A double lung transplant was under consideration, but instead she was put on a machine that does the work of a ventilator, but more gently. The treatment worked, to the amazement of some medical staff. One doctor even called her recovery a miracle because most patients in her condition do not survive. Now home with her family, Jonathis is still on oxygen at night, but she defied the odds and continues to recover. For more exclusive Treasure Coast stories like this, visit tcpalm.com/premium. I'm Executive Editor Adam Neal for TC Palm.
Storms continue to move from the Treasure Coast into Palm Beach County. A new severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 7:45 tonight. This is a big area of real estate all the way from the Gardens down through Boynton and Delray. Very strong storms, gusty winds, hail, and lots of lightning. Your forecast into next week coming up.
This is WPTV Treasure Coast News.
A former Treasure Coast school is being transformed into a place where an entire community can learn and grow. This is the Incubate Neighborhood Center in Fort Pierce. It's taking shape inside what used to be Means Court Elementary, which for a time was the only school for Black students in St. Lucie County. The nonprofit is transforming the building into a multi-purpose facility with meeting spaces, classrooms, and media production facilities. The head of the center says they need to be in the heart of a struggling community in order to make a difference.
Upstairs is going to be a business incubator space. Downstairs is more of the social service hub, where nonprofit, like-minded organizations are going to be co-located with me in order to provide this holistic approach.
The center is looking to raise $3 million so it can build out things like a commercial kitchen over the next 18 months. This week, the center hosted area churches and nonprofits to develop future partnerships. An official grand opening for the center will take place next month. Right now, educators in St. Lucie Public Schools are finding new ways to teach the youngest students some of their most important lessons. It's called Play with Purpose. Only here, WPTV News Channel 5 education reporter Stephanie Susskind shows you how it's transforming the kindergarten experience.
Liam, you are the patient.
If you walk into this White City Elementary School classroom,
here, doctor and nurse,
you may just see kindergartners.
You're the receptionist.
Playing with toys.
Play blueberry too.
But educators.
Group 1.
See so much more.
They're using language, developing language for some of them. They are solving problems, conflict resolution, getting along, just being kind.
Teacher Maria Ramkasoon loves watching her students flourish during Play with Purpose.
In our schedule, it's after math, so we definitely want to get through math to get to Play with Purpose.
It's a new initiative this school year to bring back some of the play into the classroom. And now a Band-Aid, thank you. The way kids used to learn.
Yeah.
Before there was a greater focus on testing.
Little by little, some of that time got taken away and replaced with, we have to give students more structure or more academics, and so having it back is very exciting. Some of you are going to be doctors and nurses, and some are going to be patients. You're going to need to know how to act, right?
The lessons start with a book.
Dr. Brown Bear and Nurse Fox.
To build up their background knowledge of a topic, like going to the doctor.
They help us stay healthy too.
Then the toys come out, and so do their imaginations.
Some of our students don't have those resources, and so being able to do that here, it's helps us to build what they know, what they can be exposed to.
Each school has 17 themes that rotate through the different classrooms, and it costs $10,000 to outfit the school with this program.
And we realized that so many of the standards, oral language development, executive functioning skills, math skills, could all be taught through play.
Early childhood coordinator Mary Huffstetter says they are trying to get funding to put play in every kindergarten classroom.
When the kids say, let's play it again, you know you've got them, and they're growing, and they're going to be where they need to be at the end of kindergarten.
And then ultimately, it's just have fun.
What else? Playtime that's as vital as any lesson from a book.
Thank you for working together.
Stephanie Susskind, WPTV News Channel 5.
All right, we are watching a severe thunderstorm warning for Palm Beach County. A large hail possible with this one, and gusty winds of 50 and 60 miles an hour. There's a line of storms. These are storms that worked through the Treasure Coast in the last couple of hours and are pushing heavy rainfall just hundreds of lightning strikes and torrential downpours in through West Palm, Wellington, and the acreage now. We still have some light showers and a couple of rumbles of thunder through Port St. Lucie, working into Jensen Beach. There's a wider view. The real strong storms have now tapered off across the Treasure Coast, at least for the time being. There's the severe thunderstorm warned area. This polygon here, which is all the way from the Gardens PGA Boulevard down around Atlantic Avenue and all the way back through Wellington and Royal Palm. And it is this line here that it has indications of some hail. Mainly around the acreage and Royal Palm, pushing toward the fairgrounds and in toward the airport. So you don't be surprised if you hear some hail on the rooftops and outside in the next hour. We're also keeping an eye on this area right here, this big weather system in the Gulf of Mexico that may push in overnight if it holds together. So showers and storms, some strong storms, and the threat for severe weather continues for the next hour or two. It all tapers off. There's 10:30 tonight. As we get into the later evening hours, we'll see a clearing sky. A little sunshine tomorrow. Doesn't last long though. Showers and storms firing up around Martin County and then pushing into Palm Beach County during the afternoon, and there's a marginal threat for severe weather once again. Seas about 1 to 2 for boaters. Obviously some rain and some storms on the way, so be careful out there. Storms ending tonight, firing up again tomorrow, mainly Martin County south into Palm Beach County, and there's your 7-day forecast, looking hot and humid with storms each afternoon.
Here are your Treasure Coast sports highlights with the ESPN 1063 sports team.
A beautiful day here in sunny South Florida. Good evening. I'm Tyree Smith, the ESPN 1063. You know, Palm Beach Gardens baseball has been one of the top teams in our area for a while now. But a Treasure Coast team, well, they're trying to step into the spotlight.
The Jensen Beach Falcons paid a visit to Palm Beach Gardens this afternoon. Falcons red hot this season, coming to the game 12-2. Palm Beach Gardens 9-5 and on a 3-game win streak, looking to make it 4. Gardens was up 5-0 at the top of the 3rd inning, but the Falcons came soaring back as they would get 11 runs on 14 hits. Jensen Beach kept Gardens scoreless the rest of the game to win on the road 11-5. They improved to 13-2 on the year and #1 seed in their region.
Down 5-0 against such a good team. I mean, you watch them take infield, outfield, you watch them swing the bats. Like in the first inning, I was like, man, we're in for a tough day. But we settled down. Our pitchers settled in, Kyle, and we just knew it. Earlier in the week, we got punched in the mouth. We battled back. Two games this week we had to do that. So this was a nice thing to see. Like, we knew we could. And, you know, you start to get a little momentum, and you never know.
To the flag football fields, Fort Pierce Central made the trip to Palm Beach County to take on Royal Palm yesterday. The Cobras were looking to extend their win streak to 5 straight games. It wasn't a high-scoring affair, but Fort Pierce Central got it done on the road, winning 14-7. And Nick Clemens' first year as head coach, he has the Cobras sitting at 7-1, and that is the most wins in a single season in school history.
And that's the look of sports.
When you're on the go, listen to our radio partners, WPSL and WSTU.
Spring break may have just come to a close in St. Lucie County, but many parents may already be looking ahead to summer camp, and good news for them. The county is offering summer camp scholarships. Children must be between the ages of 5 and 13, and they must live in St. Lucie County. The application process opened last week. For more information, head to the county's website. That's stlucieco.gov. A lot more people are taking, or at least thinking about taking, public transportation. St. Lucie County is jazzing up its fleet and doing some rebranding. The new name is ART, which stands for Area Regional Transit. 10 artists will have their work front and center on public buses and vans. 6 of the artists are students. Look for their designs to start hitting the road this summer. All right, thanks for joining us for Treasure Coast News. Catch us again next Saturday, where we will be back at a new location, weather permitting, of course. That highlights the diversity of the Treasure Coast. Have a great weekend.